Hi, my name's Emma.
And I'm Tony.
And we're here today to talk about
Smarter Networks. I don't think you can ever future-proof your network. It's just to try and make sure you have the appropriate tools and controls in place to be as up-to-date as you can be and to be able to scale with your networkers' needs as well. Because, you know, over time, schools may be expanding into different campuses and things like that. So going from 10 network devices to possibly 20 or 25 in the environment, or with a change of, you know, direction, things like that, there could be downsizing and they don't need the complexity anymore. So it's being able to scale both ways accordingly, but ensuring that you're protected at as best you possibly can across your network, and using tools and learnings from, you know, a wide array of different environments around the world that will link into stuff like AI ops, where you can get all the insights and remediations from a large user base that might, you know, affect your school as well.
So I've been around for a while and watched the development of technology in a school. So from schools that still had computer rooms to schools that implemented, you know, shared sets of devices around, to when the iPad turned up and then suddenly one-to-one device programs were pushed out, to when it became normal, like we said before, for you to have three you know, devices, your phone, your sometimes a tablet and a laptop connected. And always, you know, anything that you do in a school, like you said, you can't future-proof it, but you can future-ready it. So if you know that there's going to be growth, you have to make sure that it can cope with whatever is going to come next, even if you don't know what the what next is. One of my favourite pictures that they put out there, this is a few years ago, was people standing greeting the Pope in Vatican City. And 2012, you see people listening to him speak, and there's, you know, standing there listening to him speak. And then 2015, they're standing there, every single person holding up a phone, recording, you know, that speech. And that, for me, and that was 3 years, you know, and I just, the exponential growth of technology in the world. And AI, I mean, come on, we weren't talking about AI last year, not in the way that we're talking about it this year, and its uses and machine learning. It was around, but I don't think people quite understood its application, especially application in technology, yes, but especially not the application to education. And this is just the back end application, you know, for enabling education and school success. In terms of scalability, you've got especially as schools build, they often have they repurpose campuses. So a campus that might have had, you know, an entire secondary school on it suddenly becomes just a middle school. So, you know, you'd have to draw that back, be able to draw that back, whereas you might have moved the secondary school, and the school's decided it's going to grow that's where it's going to take, or the senior school, that's where it's going to take more enrolments, or whichever end, or it's primary school, that's got to be ready to actually grow. How does that work? Can you just add on anything and you just pay for what you use? Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's right. So it can scale with the needs of the school and the environment. So, you know, an example there, you might be relocating senior students from one part of the school to another part of the school because there might be redevelopment works going on. So that part of the school might not be accessible anymore. So everything that's needed for the senior students will now need to move to another part of the school. So they might need more wireless coverage or things like that. And it's as simple as, you know, adding extra licenses into the portal, getting them connected to the network, and then just applying that same configuration that you've already built to them. So you can scale it up accordingly. And then if time comes later on where you don't need that anymore, you can scale it back down. So you have the flexibility of a month-to-month service there that you can add and remove as needed. So
that will make every business manager on board very happy.